The Prophet said the best people are those who are of my generation, the Sahabas. After that, the next generation, the Tabaeen. After that, the next generation, Tabe Tabaeen. Finish. So if you have to take anything, you have to take from the generation of the Prophet, the companions, the next generation, Tabaeen and Tabe Tabaeen. That's it, 3 generations. This we call as the Salaf-e-Salihin, the righteous predecessors, or the righteous forefathers. Salaf means predecessor, forefather. So in the Sharia, in the Islamic ruling, the highest in authority, there are 4 categories. The highest in authority is the Quran, is Allah's word. If you want to find something, if it's not there in the Quran, you go to the next source. That is the hadith, the Sahih hadith, the sayings of the Prophet. In the sayings of the Prophet, the commandment of the Prophet, the call, carries more weight than the actions of the Prophet. So if the commandment and the actions contradict, the commandment carries weight. The third source is the Sahabas, Ijmaa, the 3 generations. Sahabas, Tain and Tabe Tain. The Ijmaa of these people, of the Sahaba, carries more weight than the individual opinion of the Sahaba. Then, Tain, Tabe Tain. And the last source is the Qiyas. If you don't find in any top 3 sources, in the Quran, in the Hadith, in the lifestyle of the Sahaba, the Tain and Tabe Tain, then you can use Qiyas, analogy, deduction. So Sharia on 4 things broadly: the Quran, the Hadith. No Sahih Hadith will contradict the Quran. Quran number 1. Then comes Sahih Hadith. In the Sahih Hadith, call carries more weight than the amal. The commandment carries more weight than the action. Then the lifestyle of the 3 generations, Sahabas, Tain, Tabe Tain. Ijma carries more weight than individual opinion. Then comes the Qiyas. So this is how we should follow. We should follow Quran and the Sunnah. But now, all the groups say we follow Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Sunnah. Everyone, no one says he does not follow Quran and Sunnah. So how should the Quran and Sunnah be followed? The way the Prophet and the Sahabas understood. The way the 3 generations, the Sahaba said, Allah, the Rasul said, Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the best generation is my generation. Then the next, then the next. So if there is difference of opinion in how to understand a verse of the Quran, you have to see how did the Sahabas understand it. If you don't find in that, then the next generation, Tabaeen. If you don't find in that, then the next generation, Tabe Tabaeen. This is how you follow. Because many verses of the Quran, for example, the word masah has got 2 meanings. Sexual touch, physical touch. When you go to the hadith, you come to know it is sexual touch, not physical touch. Easy. Similarly, when there is any difference of opinion in understanding any verse of the Quran, you have to understand according. If there are any other verses, commentary of the Quran, Quran is the best. If not, go to the Sahih Hadith of the Prophet. If you don't find there, in the lifestyle of the Sahabas, the Tabaeen, the Tabe Tabaeen. Finish. So for proof, for hujjah in understanding the Quran and the Sahih Hadith, you have to follow it according to Allah, His Rasul, and the Salaf-e-Salihin. This is how we look at it. Otherwise, many verses of the Quran can mean 2 things. Like there's a verse in the Quran in Surah Baqarah, that those who are martyrs, they are not dead, they are alive. Some people say, oh, that means they are alive. That means you can talk to them. If the martyrs are alive, the shaheed are alive, even the Prophet is alive. Very good logic. But how did the Sahaba understood? Did the Sahaba consider the Prophet to be alive? They buried him. They even did the janazah ka salah. Even the martyrs, when they were killed in the battlefield, didn't the Sahabas read the janazah ka salah? Can you read janazah ka salah of a live person? No. So what the Quranic verse says, that when the enemies rejoiced that we killed your people, they are alive within the year after, they are in benefit. It does not mean physically they are alive. If physically they are alive, why did the Sahabas bury them? So here, if you understand the Quranic verse, difficulty, two opinions, go to the Quran, the Sunnah, the way of the Sahabas and the Salaf as-Salihin, and you get the reply. No difficulty. Easy. Don't have to be a scholar. Little bit jihad, little bit research. Little bit, not much.